Clearly, one thread of the ISIS phenomenon is Islam, but it does not follow that ISIS says anything about Islam in the same way that the Ku Klux Klan says anything about white people as a group. You cannot automatically ascribe attributes of a subgroup to its parent group, especially if the attributes at issue are what defines it as a subgroup. I think that is what is called a category error or false attribution. Secondly, the term Islam covers a vast area of varying beliefs. Look it up on Wikipedia and you will find a list of subgroups and sects within each subgroup. As you scroll down, you will see on the right side a diagram listing all the main subgroups. Then on the left, as you continue to scroll down, you will see the subgroups within the subgroups. Sunni, Shia, Kharijites, over a dozen different Sufi orders, several schools of Islamic theology, African American movements, a section on liberal Muslims, etc., etc. Clearly the notion that Islam is a monolithic religion quickly dissolves. Critics of Islam often point to passages in the Quran advocating violence against gay people and especially infidels. However, what was written centuries ago does not always correspond to what a religion's practitioners think about or how they behave in modern times. In a recent article in the New York Review of Books, Robert Worth reflects on the separation between moral prescriptions within Islam, and by inference any religion, and the recognition that human life is, as he put it, a much messier reality. Some degree of dissonance between text and life, he wrote, is accepted and forgiven. While living in Iraq and Lebanon, Worth was constantly struck by the way Muslims could claim they accepted brutally categorical edicts on hellfire, Jews, and unbelief, while living in a far more elastic and accepting way. In other words, it's complex. Religion is a fluid system of belief that waxes and wanes through time. If we zoom out, we see that Islam, as well as all the other religions, is itself a subgroup of something higher, a unifying category or principle which I invite you to name for yourself. I call it the human spirit. What ISIS says about the human spirit is that in a certain context, spurred by certain causal threads, the human spirit can become corrupted, deranged, pathological. And it happens when the narrative shifts from the collective human spirit to some vision of purity and who we have to get rid of to get there. Does this remind you of anyone?
And we